For what purpose does Mr. Palmer seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I move to strike the last word.
Gentleman's
Speak in
recognized.
support of the bill. I'm always intrigued by my colleagues across the aisle, particularly ones from California, talking about how great things are in California. And I will admit and am thankful for a lot of the improvements that we've enjoyed in terms of emissions control that came out of California. But they've reached a point where they've gone to an extreme that it's starting to impact people in California to the extent that California, rather than a state with a growing population, is now projected by 2060 to lose almost 5% of its population. People are getting out of California as fast as they can. But I also like to point out something else, and California is noted for a number of things, one of which, unfortunately, is smog. And even though over the last couple of decades, the United States has decreased its production of air pollution by some measures, the 6 criteria gases tracked by the EPA by 86%. Pollutants from China has caused a 65% increase in western ozone, or smog. One study shows that 29% of the particulates in smog over San Francisco come directly from China's coal plants. And I think another one showed about 25% of all of the particulate matter over the state of California comes from China coal plants. China produces 27% of the world's greenhouse gases, more than any other country in the world. They're building 6 times more coal-fired plants than any other country. They're planning more than 300 coal plants in places as widely spread as from Turkey, Vietnam, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Egypt, Philippines. My point here is, and I find this interesting, that they want to abandon fossil fuel, hydrocarbons, as rapidly as they can. They want to get rid of the internal combustion engine, but to make themselves more reliant on China, which will build more coal-fired plants to build the components, the batteries, the other things that they need for electric vehicles, which will add more pollution in the air over California. I just find that interesting. In addition to the fact that, as my friend and colleague from Texas pointed out, this is a direct assault on people's freedom. As you pointed out, I drive a pickup truck and I pull a trailer. I have some timberland that I enjoy working on, and there's no way an EV pickup could pull my trailer and my Kawasaki mule or the tractor that we use up there. I wouldn't make it 50 miles probably. And if California wants to go all electric, as far as I'm concerned, they can knock themselves out as long as the moving trucks are not EVs, because I'm afraid if they were all EVs, people couldn't get out. I yield back.
Will the gentleman yield, Mr. Palmer?
Will
the gentleman yield?
I'd be glad to yield to the gentleman from Indiana.
Thank you. I want to go off something Mr. Pfluger said. I went out and went shopping for cars 3 weeks ago, and we can talk about all the numbers we hear about